Hello everyone, on Activision today we'll take a look at the new weapons for the Scout that came with the permanent update. First we'll take a look at a new Cadogan called Babyface Blaster. First off we'll take a look at the pros and cons. The pros are you're 40% more accurate. On hit you build boost, that means you run a lot faster. As you can see, you run up to double speed maximum boost. Minus 30% damage penalty, 30% slower movement speed, and boost resets on jump. So you don't want to jump a lot, and you don't need a lot of damage to build up your boost, so of course that's a really good thing. And let's take a look at the stats now. And there's the stats for the weapon. I'm not gonna say everything. You can just pause the video and see it for yourself. Now let's get on to the big thing about this weapon, the boost, and how fast you run non-boosted and your weapon fully boosted. The weapon non-boosted is a little bit slower than a demo man and a little bit faster than a soldier. At max boost you will run 173% off the normal movement speed. Normal speed is about the same, or it's exactly the same speed as a pyro. But let's compare the blasters non-boosted and fully boosted. As you can see, that's a big difference, but how to get this weapon? Well, you can of course be in a random drop, but you can also craft it, so let's take a look at the crafting recipes here. This is the first way with 1 reclaimed metal, 2 sharp stop, and boom, you got the Babyface Blaster. Now for the other way you can get this is kinda, it's a little bit more risky. You need a class token for scout, then a token for primary, then scrap metal, and you can get one of the 4 scout unlocks. And you should probably use the first crafting method. As I said, the other one isn't, you won't get items for sure. Before we're gonna watch some gameplay, we're gonna take a look over the new secondary weapon the scout got, the Pretty Boy's pocket pistol. Here are the pros and cons. The first off, you get 15 more health, and you never took full damage, so that's gonna be real good with you Cadogan, cause you can't double jump anymore to avoid full damage, so that of course real good. 25% slower firing speed and 50% damage vulnerability on Vera, so you of course are gonna get burnt pretty easily. That's not a good thing, is it? Now let's take a look on the stats. And there are sets for weapon. You can of course do the same thing as with the Cadogan, just pause and see it for yourself. And there are the crafting recipe or blueprint. You need 1 reclaimed metal, 1 mad milk, and 1 winger, and you got the Pretty Boy's pocket pistol. And of course there's another method. Let's take a look at it. For the second and more riskier way, you can have class token for scout, slot token as the secondary of course, scrap metal, and you will get one of the 5 results. And if you're lucky you will get the one you want. Now before we jump into the gameplay here, I'm just want to say I'm only really trying out the set cause it's a set, and it should of course work the best when they're like in a group. So I've only really been playing with that set like during the entire time, and I'm a bit rusty, so do excuse me if you see any terrible aim. And hopefully you enjoy the video. Let's take a look at some gameplay of the new sets. Now for the pretty rusty gameplay here. I'm of course using the new weapon. This is just clips I got while playing. I'm pretty bad right now. It's been a long time since I played. I just recently picked it up again after, of course, the permanent update. I generally like have long breaks, and I got completely wrecked right there. And this is just 100% skill. Enough said. But I'm gonna admit it. I just got wrecked most of the games there. I mean, my aim is pretty terrible, as you can see most of the game here. And just see how terrible I am at running. Right? It's just. Oh man, I hate the scout out, no boost whatsoever. But this is kind of what you kind of should do. I said kind of 2 times, so that was pretty not professional, was it? Well, you kind of want to hit and run even more right now, as I said. I think, don't know. Hopefully I said it. If not, I fucked up. But you definitely want to hit and run even more, or even more as before. I mean, the scout was always hit and run class, but it's way more easy now because of your extremely high speed. You can just flank around everywhere really fast, and that of course is a good thing. And if you're wondering why there's no audio in the background, that's because I like listening to music and podcasts and stuff while I play, so I don't want to get copyrighted or anything. And you can of course just hear the fuzz of my microphone, and yeah, it's kinda shame I got a microphone that's that bad. I mean, it's so terrible, but I'm no idea what I'm talking about is the microphone. But I like this update. Of course, I only got the scout weapons. I only had those items I needed to craft them. I don't like buying items. That's just not how I roll. That was just pure luck, man. I don't know what how it didn't kill me. hopefully you enjoyed the video so far. This is really my first professional video, at least I try to be professional. I mean, since this is my first any feedback whatsoever, negative or positive, at least be constructive, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm just gonna stretch a little bit. And apparently, there also are like some new weapons for the Paraswell, but you need to open those crates, so you gotta pay for them, I think. I know how I feel about that, but just more about Scout, isn't it? So, this update makes the Scout being able to do hit and runs more easily, I guess you could say, and of course no full damage means you don't need to waste your jump and lose all your boosts, and that of course is really helpful, because you don't want to have 0 boost. That is just terrible. I mean, you walk slower than a demo man, and that's if you play Scout a lot, like I tend to do. When I play, I tend to be like Scout or Spy. That's just my favorite classes. Like, I need to go really fast when I'm Scout. I can't go at the demo speed. I mean, that's just shenanigans, isn't it? So yeah, good update. I mean, the meter power was pretty fancy, wasn't it? I still know it, if a girl or a dude. It's a it. Let's say it's a it. But hopefully enjoy this video, and the feedback, as I said, it will be greatly appreciated. Hopefully you will be able to pick the item up, because they're really fun to use, and I'll see you guys next time.